Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. Well, here we go again with another celebrity coming out and saying things that they shouldn't be talking about, like, I don't know, politics. And this is something that, obviously, for good reason, infuriates many people because actors and actresses, they're not being paid to talk about their politics. They are being paid to entertain. And here we are with Daisy Ridley now, coming out and right before the Rise of Skywalker, of all things. And let's be real, who is really looking forward to this movie? Because I can tell you, I am certainly not looking forward to this movie. But that's just me. But taking a look at this article, we're going to look at two articles. This will be the first one. Daisy Ridley may have just hurt the next Star Wars film by denigrating Trump supporters. Because let's be real, this was certainly a good time to talk about something like that right before a movie she's going to be in. Especially the trilogy movie, which nobody cares for Star Wars, the sequel saga. Which nobody at all is looking forward to. Nobody cares for. As if it was looking bad enough before, yeah, this may have really hurt things. So let's get into this. Trump supporters come in all shapes and sizes and have varying interests, likes and dislikes. Many of them, like myself, are a bit geeky at heart and find entertainment in things like science fiction and fantasy. This pool of people has grown exponentially over the past few decades, and who can blame people for that? Between investing time in the space western that is The Mandalorian and watching one more day of impeachment proceedings that go nowhere, most people would choose Baby Yoda every time, because who doesn't love Baby Yoda? Speaking of Baby Yoda, the amount of Star Wars fans out there is mind-boggling. There is certainly far more of them than there are CNN viewers. Yeah, because that's trash news. Terrible, terrible trash news. And judging by the way 2020 is looking, far more Trump voters among them than not. That's why it's probably not a good thing that Daisy Ridley, the lead actress in the new Star Wars series who plays the character Rey, a Mary Sue who is already disliked by most fans, insulted Trump supporters in her latest review with The Guardian. Yeah, see, that is one thing you don't do. This is one thing that is continuous, one thing that Hollywood can never stop doing, is constantly berating, ranting and raving about Orange Man bad. They have to throw it into everything now. It's like entertainment has just really become nothing more than a political seminar that nobody wants to listen to or watch. I mean, it makes sense as to why people are going to anime and manga now, because American entertainment, it's just not as good as it was. It's creatively bankrupt for the most part, really, and just sequels and reboots of movies, for example. It's like it's just creatively bankrupt in the entertainment department for the most part. Given that Disney owns Star Wars, is she conscious of what issues she can talk about publicly? Does she have to modify, say, her politics? Now, this is Daisy Ridley's quote right here. No, I don't feel I have to edit what I say. The things that makes me angry are things that make everyone angry. Everyone is annoyed with Bojo, which is Boris Johnson. Which, Boris Johnson has plenty of supporters that backs him up. So, while some people may not like him, he's got plenty of people that support him and really do back him up. Everyone has an issue with Trump. Every sane person, anyway. Yeah, no, you should not have said that. She smiles brightly at me, almost apologetic, reluctant to expand. It's not like I don't talk about this stuff, but other people are so much more articulate than me and say it better. See, here's the thing. Over the past 4 years, from 2016, all we have heard is just how people just think Orange Man bad, don't like Trump, and just berate supporters by calling them names, attacks, and just many other things that I could go on about. And Hollywood just has this mentality of, rather than trying to improve and move forward, what do? They continue to complain, whine, scream, pout, shout, act like they're 5-year-olds when it comes to that whole election. Like, if you go back to it, I mean, that's all they've done for the past 4 years is just scream over trying to impeach him, get him out, and just insult the supporters as well. It's ridiculous. I feel like a broken record saying this, but here we can see the gilded bubble of Hollywood elite in action. She truly believes that everyone thinks the way she does and that only crazy people don't agree with her. Exactly. That is the Hollywood mentality. Either you agree with them and they see you as someone that is sane or normal, and then if you disagree with them, you're seen as someone that is crazy or that's a lunatic, and that is just wrong no matter what. They can't stand anything that is outside of their echo chamber. If you disagree with them, then no matter what, you're always going to be wrong. What I don't understand about Hollywood, what I don't get, is whenever people become millionaires, big time celebrities, it's like in Hollywood, they just lose emotion and they're just like a robot. You know, they sit over there and they go, rebooting, rebooting, initiate, attack fans, rebooting, attack. And that's what it is. They are nothing more than robots. They seem emotionless, but then it's like they'll attack any fans that disagree. Like, look at The Last Jedi. They attack people hard over The Last Jedi when that was just a garbage film. Straight up terrible. I don't know how anybody could have liked that film. That film is garbage. It is terrible. It is a dumpster fire. In one fell swoop, Ridley just essentially told every Trump supporter that she looks down on them and that they're not quite right in the mind. With so many people supporting Trump and the new Star Wars films already under intense criticism due to the politics that have been pushed within, which Hollywood really loves to do that with their movies, isn't that right, Terminator woke fate? Ridley may have convinced quite a few people that the new Star Wars movie isn't worth seeing. Her one saving grace is that the movie she's starring in, after all, is Star Wars, and many people will go to see it regardless. Oh, I'm sure they'll probably see it, but they're probably not going to pay for that ticket. Oh, and I can't blame them. Oh, because these movies are so bad. They're just so terrible. However, a movie's release isn't the only thing that matters to a company. Sure, making the money back and then some is great, but companies are also concerned with merchandising and property interest afterward. And there is none. There is no interest in these movies. Nobody cares for the sequel saga. Nobody. Because the sequel saga is absolute garbage. It is trash. Terrible. It is awful. I can't stand the sequel saga. It's just garbage. For instance, a large concern is toy sales, which have the potential to make up to 3 times more than the movie itself. Yeah, see, the big quote there is have the potential, because that potential is lost because of how bad Disney has ruined Star Wars. And then when you have people like Daisy Ridley who come out here and make statements that insult people like Trump supporters, that's just going to make them want to walk away from Star Wars even more. That doesn't help anything. And, you know, whether you agree or disagree with Trump, I'm not going to say you should or you shouldn't. I'm not going to encourage you to like or dislike him. But however you may feel, you have to understand that there are Star Wars fans that are supporters as well. And this is insulting to those supporters. And when Hollywood, any actors or actresses or celebrities come out and say, oh, well, you know, any sane person would have an issue with Trump. You know, you're basically mentally ill if you don't. When you say things like that, that's insulting. And that alienates your audience. And that just makes your audience that much more frustrated and upset. And makes people just want to walk away even further. And that's never something you should ever do. Especially for Star Wars, toy sales are a huge deal. When it comes to the latest installments, no one is buying toys from these movies. Experts put the blame on Star Wars burnout. But the truth is that its creators have laced it with politics and sacrificed story and characters for messaging that the excitement behind the series has all but dissipated. I wonder how that sounds familiar. Rooster Teeth! Sorry, something came over me there again. Man, it's like every time I bring up something that's familiar to this, something always comes up here. It's like I'm reminded of something. Huh, well, isn't that weird? Ridley making fun of Trump supporters is not going to make that any better. Agreed. It will not make it any better, that's for sure. Ridley, like all actors, should take a page out of Anthony Hopkins' book. In a recent interview with Brad Pitt, Hopkins showed that he sported a self-awareness about himself and his profession that many actors lack. People ask me questions about present situations in life, and I say, I don't know, I'm just an actor. I don't have any opinions. Actors are pretty stupid. My opinion is not worth anything. There's no controversy for me, so don't engage me in it, because I'm not going to participate, said Hopkins. Wise. Very, very wise. Wise man right there. Because, let's be real, a lot of actors' opinions on the subject, it's really stupid. I mean, there's a lot of stupidity in terms of these kind of opinions. Now, some people are going to disagree with actors and actresses. I mean, there are people out there that you're going to find you're always going to disagree with in some capacity. That includes friends or family. And, there are people out there that even disagree with me at times. And that's fine because, everybody has their own opinions and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. But we don't pay actors to go around and spew politics. We pay them to act. They need to do what they're supposed to do, and that's entertain. Not go around spewing their politics because nobody cares about it. Entertainment is meant to be fun, escapism, exciting, something people can enjoy and not have to worry about the real world or the confinements of the real world. But that's not what it's been for American entertainment for the past few years, and it's been frustrating. Looking at an article from Bounding into Comics. Star Wars actor Daisy Ridley, every sane person has an issue with President Donald Trump. Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker actress Daisy Ridley recently stated that every sane person has an issue with President Donald Trump, as we've looked at in the previous statement. But the reason why I wanted to look back at the statement is because anytime that anybody gets attacked over whatever they enjoy, they're going to defend it. They're going to be more so willing to defend what they enjoy or what they agree with than they would had they not been attacked and provoked in the first place. And every sane person would realize that Trump won the election back in 2016. Everybody would know that. And if they want to make change, then stop focusing on the past and focus on improving things for the future. Hollywood has this mentality, they say they're progressive, but it's actually regressive. Had they actually wanted real change, then they would have moved on from what happened back in 2016 and would try to make the future better than what they're saying it is, because they're just making themselves look that much worse because they hold on and hold a grudge for what happened back in 2016. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. And, Hollywood doesn't realize if you want change to happen, even if it didn't go your way at one time, the future is still the opportunity to make the change. If you hold on to the past and never get over it, then you will never improve, you will never progress, and things will never be better. The outlook will always be bleak because you can't get over what you're holding a grudge onto in the first place. But Hollywood doesn't see that. They don't get that. And, here's the thing. If you want a candidate that you feel would be better to serve the people, that you think would be better, then go for that person. Instead of dwelling on the past, just make things better the next chance. Make sure that there's better candidates in the running that you would prefer. And that's the thing. They don't get that. But look at other Star Wars stars. It's not just Daisy Ridley. Mark Hamill has also come out against Trump. And we've seen what he said. And people don't like that mentality. While I am a fan of Mark Hamill and his acting, I was not a fan of the things that he said in terms of Trump. I didn't care for that. I didn't enjoy that. I didn't like it. And I didn't agree with his opinions. And, we don't pay actors and actresses like this for that job. That's not their job. If they want to talk about this stuff, become politicians. That's literally the way to put it. Hamill has also indicated on Twitter he hates President Donald Trump. No, we hate Trump because we love America. The Rise of Skywalker director Jar Jar Abrams signed an open letter back in 2016 before the election denouncing Donald Trump. It reads in part, "Never has there been a presidential candidate who stands in such complete opposition to the ideals of the Star Trek universe as Donald Trump." I don't want to hear Star Trek knowledge from this guy, considering that Jar Jar Abrams is the one who ruined Star Trek, in my opinion, with those terrible movies back in the late 2000s. Awful movies. Terrible. I don't want to hear that from him. His election would take this country backward, perhaps disastrously. See, these are things that nobody cares to listen to. Nobody cares about it. And, thinking about how they hold on to this stuff, how are they going to progress and make things better if they are just going to look back and just live in the past rather than try to make a better future? That is the problem with Hollywood. That is the problem with their mentality. That is the problem with these actors and actresses, because nobody cares about their take on politics. That's not why we go to see movies. We don't go for a political seminar. We don't go for this stupid stuff. We go because we want to be entertained. We go because we see something we're interested in, and we want to see how good it could actually be, to escape the confines of reality every once in a while. And with more and more stuff like this, it's just going to turn people off. And, you look at the Star Wars movie, the ticket sales, from what is being told, is not looking good. It's not looking as good as they were looking right before The Force Awakens or The Rise of Skywalker. And alienating the audience like this, Hollywood's never going to learn from this, and this is only going to make things worse. How can they expect this to make things better for The Rise of Skywalker? Because it's most certainly not. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below, and share the video. Let's try to spread the word, get it out there. It's greatly appreciated. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.